into the Ask The Dropouts for this month. We want to say thank you to everybody that has donated through our Fractured Atlas. Fractured Atlas, they had like a 20-year anniversary of, I guess, being around, and they're running this promotion of giving out $1,000 to 20, I guess, organizations or projects. Right. And
they only ran it for like a week, and we kind of
it was May 2nd to May 8th, and during that time, if you had donated, it counted as an entry. So unfortunately, we didn't win.
Here comes a new challenger.
Just waiting for him. Hey Joey.
Yes.
I got this email. So it says, "Hi Stephanie, we are excited to let you know that you are one of the recipients of the extra $1,000 donation."
Oh! Really? That's awesome.
I just got the email. See?
Oh wow! Thank you so much for everybody that has donated.
We won something.
Yeah, we usually don't win anything like that. Thank you so much. It's I know to a lot of bigger productions that's not a lot, but $1,000 for the stuff that we do, and it really helps us out. Thank you so much. Really, let's walk back in here. I wash my hands, I'm worried.
Oh, good. Because we did high fives. So
yeah,
thank you.
Of course.
And we won.
Wait,
how crazy is that?
But the thing is too, I think it's amazing that I didn't know about it, and I don't know how long they had that going, but we asked you guys
within May 2nd to May 8th.
Yeah, but how long did they were saying that they were going to do that?
They only notified me, like, basically when I told you.
Yeah, which is that week. We were, and we didn't even get to start at the beginning of the week.
And I was like, alright, I'll just send out an email and I'll just kind of market it. We'll see what happens. And, like, you guys had helped us out, and I didn't think we would have enough to even, I guess, have a chance, like a real chance of winning, but holy crap.
Dude, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, especially, like I said, for productions like us.
This is wild.
That is actually really awesome. And guys, also, at the time of this recording, on our YouTube channel, we are currently at 11,975 subscribers. Now, obviously, we haven't been able to celebrate our milestone of 10,000, during the past few years and whatnot. But if you guys can, we just need 25 more to help us reach, 12,000 subscribers. And if you guys, might be able to share our channel or, our videos to people that you think might like it, it would really help us out. And
check to see if you guys are subscribed, because a lot of times people forget to subscribe and they're like, I subscribed this whole time, but I've been watching the videos.
But please, so if you guys could help us out, that would be really awesome. And now, let's get to the episode. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Ask The Dropouts. In this little section, we are going to try to answer questions in the time allotted to Angela trying to figure out today's Wordle.
So, if you guys don't know, New York Times has a Wordle that they have every single day. It's a different word. It's a 5-letter word, and you just basically have to guess it. And it's cool because it's basically like our own little check-in for our Discord community now, because a lot of people play Wordle, and they just kind of share their results. And
Steph started. Yeah. Today was the first time I tried Wordle. I've heard of it. Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
3 tries.
Yeah, 3 tries.
So let us know if you guys play Wordle too, and join our Discord and post your results as well.
You guys, it's on our general chat. But even before that, we could just even talk about the news first.
Okay, well, if you guys haven't been on our channel for long, Ask The Dropouts is a monthly video
where we kind of just update you guys on what's been going on.
Yeah, and you guys get to ask us, the Dropouts, questions.
Hence, Ask The Dropouts.
Yeah.
Very simple, straight to the point type of thing. But the funny thing is, for the past lot of months, we haven't answered any questions because I haven't asked people questions at all. Because I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of like scatterbrained.
Yeah, and we've been...
You better not be cheating.
No, she's writing. Okay. That's what I do too. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I don't know what it is. Anyways, so news-wise, I'm going to be... I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be going to Iceland. And, so production has kind of slowed down a little bit because I also was sick for, 2 weeks with COVID and the flu. Mm-hmm. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So production has like slowed down. But Joey's been working on a lot of things. He's going to be working on like the merch store while
Right. So I'm doing some back end stuff. Definitely, I know you guys have been asking us about our merch, and yeah. So we, if you guys didn't know, we did have a lot of merch before. It's just that our provider back then, it's kind of, I don't know, just
they got into some stuff.
Yeah, so we're not working with them anymore, and I'm trying to bring everything into Teespring. It's not as like robust as like what we used to have, but I will try to make it work. Make something
the quality
really cool.
isn't exactly there either, but because of that, I think
actually the quality is fine. I think it's
just not the same.
It's not. Yeah.
At least the price will be a lot more reasonable for you guys.
I do know that after a while.
We have a new merch mug design on our Patreon.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested, get our Oni mug. It's the blue and gold edition.
Right.
Might have the other color variations in the future because it seems like everybody likes it. But I think it will be really cute with the whole collection that we have. So if you guys are interested, check out our Patreon and...
yeah, please support us. If you guys like what we do, obviously Patreon is a very good option to help support us because, I guess the stuff that we do isn't really ad friendly here on YouTube. So and that's just because of the violence and the martial arts and the cursing, I suppose, right?
Wait, is this all his questions?
Yeah.
Jeez.
But other things though too. Obviously, if you guys have noticed, we haven't been doing a lot of like the narrative content lately because we are working on a big it's our next feature film. I know it kind of like we had to jump on it, and the time was right, and we were working on it, and we're like 1/3 of the way done, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool, but like definitely we really want to show you guys what we've been working on very, very soon. It's just that right now until we are on the way, we can't show you yet, but promise you guys. I know a lot of people say something like, "Oh, we're working on something that like never been done before." Blah blah blah. All this stuff. It's something different. I know that's a thing, right? So we are trying to do something different from what we usually do.
Final answer.
So we're gonna do something. So yeah. So definitely, I think this project, when you guys see it, you guys are going to be like, "Oh wow, that's really, really different." Mm-hmm. But it still fits all of the ASDO, like check boxes. Yeah. It checks everything that we do.
It's very ASDO. Yeah.
But if you guys are new to the channel, please check out all of the other stuff that we've done on our previous months. Like I think 2 months ago. Was The Legend of No Budget Zorro. It's it's like a very low budget interpretation of Zorro, and I feel like it was a very, very fun project. Check it out. It was really fun. And before that, we had like a very serious, gritty one called Payback. It's with our resident stunt guy Kageyami, which we absolutely love, and his cousin Tony Stray. Like, check it out. It's pretty cool. And obviously, we have a lot of web series and feature films, or actually, a lot of our feature films that we have a lot of web series that that run.
You put them together as
a feature film, right? But yeah, so we have a lot of web series on our channel, so please check them out if you guys haven't seen them. There's a lot of action, lots of laughs. We focus on original narrative content on this channel, so yeah, please check that out.
So, are you gonna play Wordle more often? Why do you look so upset?
Right. My brain hurts right now. Check it out, guys. But yeah, and with that, we'll move on to
questions.
Yeah, questions.
Yeah. So questions.
Questions. Finally, in a month. Okay. I wish this weather would decide if it wants to rain or it would be sunny. Because only in New Jersey, where it's 13% chance of raining, it will rain.
Yep.
Yeah, because we were trying to shoot last night, and what the fuck? There was no clouds in the sky, then it just came drizzling in.
Yeah. Alright, so, first question. Carrot1151, which is Colin. Hi, Colin.
What's up, Colin?
Okay. He says, here are a couple of questions. Question number 1. When it comes to locations, do you select them according to the scripts you already have? Do you already have locations in mind when you were writing the scripts, or is it some combination of both?
Wait, that's a you question.
It's not me. It's not just a me question.
It's not just a you. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, a lot of times when Joey writes scripts, he would already kind of have a location in mind, because it does make things a little bit easier, especially when he's trying to like envision if there's like a fight scene.
I think definitely for our budget, like I know that, you know, like it does limit your creativity, definitely, but I think, you know, one of the priorities that we have is that we need to be able to finish our projects. So before I even write a script, definitely a location already has to be in mind. You know, and the pool of resources that I have is what I use to write our scripts.
And usually when Joey's kind of like at a standstill in terms of the script, he'll talk to me, say he has like a certain vision for that particular scene, and then I would just basically go shopping around online for like, I guess, websites whether it's Airbnb or like Peerspace, just to see what is available and what, like how much it would cost, so that way we can figure out the budget for that and see if it's even doable. But big shout outs to the people that have helped us out in terms of like locations, like Sensei David, Mike
Judo
from
movement,
like Photo
Coop up north.
Yeah, like we're so fortunate to have people who are just like, if you need a place to shoot, you can shoot with us, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That
Thanks for not charging us so hot.
like, it's expensive. And I know like for photographers, for example, like if you book a studio, you could book a studio from like $75 to like probably like several $100s an hour. So you can only imagine if we're doing a video shoot or a film, it kind of adds up. So
we're there for like 12 hours each day.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's the best way I could answer your question. Is kind of a combination of both, but very reliant on the resources we already have, so that way we could keep our costs as low as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Question number 2. Another location question. When you are shooting in public, do you have to have someone dealing with members of the public to stop them interrupting, or do you just go for it and see what happens? So personally, I don't like it when we have to do outside shooting because of that factor of just like random bogeys in the shot. Those are things that you can't really control, and for like projects that are on like I don't want to say a bigger budget, but that has a budget, I would prefer a place where we can actually control all variables of just the location itself. Because I don't know, it's like the worst thing that could happen is like,
I mean, because like when you definitely when you guys have your guerrilla filmmaking, you know, that happens in, you know, I think in any budget type, definitely.
And like if you have a lot of equipment too, and plus you want to make sure that like your cast and crew are safe, you kind of just don't want to, like, I mean, this is also like a worst case situation if it's like, oh, you're out guerrilla filmmaking in like an abandoned warehouse and there's homeless people there. It's one, is not sanitary, and two, you're putting your cast and crew and like everybody at risk. And
like an abandoned school where, you know, high school kids go out to like hang out after school, and there's all this broken shit like that. Then you get arrested.
Live and learn.
People find out like you might have a criminal record in the group or something. Who knows? You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So I would just say, like, if we can avoid shooting outside in public, that would be preferred. I know the most public place that we usually go to is this park, but even
that's like a long time ago. Like even I prefer not to shoot in a public place anymore, because it's simply because of that. I mean, you know, people are nosy, but you know, when you're making shaky film and you're doing like the same shot and you set up a shot for a long time, like they get bored.
Yeah.
They definitely get bored. They're like, oh man, when are they going to do the shot, right? So, stuff like that. But for safety reasons and to control everything, definitely try not to shoot in a public space or, rent out a space.
We try really hard not to do that.
Yeah. So far we've been good with that.
Yeah. Did you say cut?
No, I said okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So next question by Food for Thought, Sean.
Food for Thought, please check him out.
He now has a Patreon page, so definitely check it out. It's some like fun little like sneak peeks into things and like just the Food for Thought uncut, which is I do listen to it and watch the videos. And if you're a big Hong Kong martial arts fan, become a patron and check out all of the awesome stuff. And then maybe one day you can see Cyrus's face. But his question, this is for you, Joy. As a fight choreographer, what do you find more of a challenge? Empty hand fight scenes or fight scenes with weapons? Or does it not matter?
I think ultimately I think the lethality of a weapon makes it harder to it's hard. That's weird. It's because like I feel like it's not like you can like the mastery of a weapon. I think like like melee weapons, swords or whatever like that, like classic kung fu stuff, right? Or any martial art warfare, medieval warfare type of shit. You need to be trained a lot more, I think. It's a full body thing, right? Than pulling 5 pounds of pressure, right? And with a finger and, being able to kill somebody. So I think that it depends on the weapon, on that's why I was saying about the lethality of a weapon, of how creative you can be with it. Because there's like easy solutions to stuff. Like say, how do you make gunfights like very dynamic than you do with John Wick? It's like you have a million stuntmen that run in once and die, right? And so he his body counts are high. But then again, you can have a long fight scene with somebody if two of them have swords, right, or knives or whatever, right? Because it's like the skilled person can win. So it's that. I think each weapon has its own problems, but I don't think I have any problems with doing choreography for any of them, because I think it's fun to be creative with stuff. Because definitely, while we don't do a lot of, actually that just answers the question too, because we have a gun series that isn't guns. We use like Nerf blasters and whatnot, and that's usually one-on-one, and those fight scenes last we don't have a lot of stuntmen on hand, so it's like one-on-ones with guns. It's kind of still pretty cool, I think.
Which do you prefer choreographing? I mean, it's not his question, but I'm just adding on to it. I honestly like
traditional style versus style. I think I like all of my fighters and stuntmen, even like the cannon fodder stuntmen.
So hand to hand, though? Hand
to hand, because it's like I want everybody to look like masters. Like I like fight scenes where everyone is capable. I'm not much of a big fan of the Hollywood style where like big swings, big moves, and you take somebody out in like one punch. It's I feel like it's too generic for me. I like it when, I think I said this before, I think the bad guys in any Jackie Chan movie would dominate like any other bad guy, like 3 bad guys from a Jackie Chan movie could dominate like
an army
in any other typical action film, right? So that's how I think. And I think, well, one, I mean, I'm sure they did it because it's cheaper, plus you get to build up your chemistry, and you get more creative doing some stuff like that with less people, right? But yeah, so that's just what I like. And I really like style versus style. I think martial arts styles you know, in the era of what do you call this, of MMA, and you know how us, like, since that's mixed martial arts and it becomes homogenous and it's not style specific, or like, you know, not people aren't specialists anymore. I kind of okay, this person just drove in the middle of the road for no reason there. And yeah, so anyways, like, I like specialists and masters. That's what I think, and I like that. Hand to hand. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So continuing on our second day in this very Silent Hill-ish.
Bless you. Did you take your allergy meds?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck. Fuck.
They did not kick in.
Hmm?
They did not kick in.
Yeah. Then. Okay. From JT Pixel. Question about work in post. Are you on Team Premiere Pro, Team Final Cut, or Team DaVinci Resolve? I think I'm forever hard locked into Adobe. I think I could learn DaVinci. It's free, right?
Does iMovie count?
You edit with Premiere.
I know.
Dang, do people still edit with iMovie?
I do. For like the Patreon like videos, since it's easier to.
On the iPad.
Yeah.
Okay, on the iPad. I'm saying, like, you know, it's not like...
Oh, on like a Mac or something. No.
Yeah, like I'm using Windows Movie Maker or some stupid shit, like... Which I fucking love.
Yeah, I was gonna
back
say,
then.
I remember I used to use Windows Movie Maker. Is it still around? I would assume so.
Dang, actually I don't know, but I fucking loved it. Used it. I used to re-encode everything into WMV because it was an awesome file and it's small. Anyways, alright, continuing. From JT Pixel again. Got another one for you. I've always noticed that people put most emphasis on the video aspect, so I figured I'd go the other direction. Do you have any techniques or methods for how you select the best sound effects for certain actions, or do you just go with trial and error until you find one that seems to work? And continuing along the same lines, how do you overcome poor audio acoustics at varying locations and achieve even sound for vocals and backgrounds audio across multiple locations?
Wow.
That's a pretty hefty one. So
Heavy.
yeah. So in terms of sound design,
I'm like still waking up, dude.
yeah. Well, at least I'm not hungover,
Yeah.
right? That has nothing. Wait, hold on. It has nothing to do with the question. But yo, yesterday was awesome. I ate a lot, but I didn't feel like sick full. Like I felt great. Felt fucking great.
Hot and Korean barbecue.
I was
and
drunk.
Eating it at home just tastes so much better than going out.
Yeah.
At that point, you're just paying for people to like clean up. Really,
that was Ange and I, but
Yeah.
that's fine, right? And I was drunk out of my mind. It was great. So, with that in mind, I am awake, and I'm going to answer this question. So, so technically, I do have different, like, for many years, I've been either making or collecting sound packs, you know, creating my own for certain feels. Like, when I know that I want us to do more, like, it feels more classical, like hokey, kung fu style or martial arts styles, I really like to use the old school sound effects from, you know, the Shaw Brothers and stuff like that. And and because, you know, that has a nostalgic feel, whatever. But for the more modern ones, the ones that we, I guess, like the things that we're doing now, right? Like, I put a lot of emphasis in sound design simply because we don't have great sound equipment, right? So a lot of and the only way for me to get like clean audio, we usually ADR everything, right? And for other things, we probably don't even, like, I don't use any audio from the place at all, right? Unless, you know, but if we're acting and we have to do it, I have to just try to clean it as best as possible. But that's really what it is. It's
yeah. And Joey creates his own sound packs too. Like, I think there was like one video where you just like, I guess, had like a little bit of a snippet where you're just like hitting sticks.
Yeah. So, and I think, and you know, like, that is fucking creepy as shit.
See?
And it's down the street from Yellow Submarine. Fuck.
Yes. It's close to a freaking school.
That's creepy as fuck.
Okay. Anyways.
I mean, if you guys can
continue.
see it, it's fucking Silent Hill here. But yeah, so that's the thing. I know the next, like, if obviously in the levels that we're doing, we've been working on our skill set first. Now, like the visuals, trying to have a better picture. But now after that, hopefully we get better sound. But I think between the two of us, like Steph and I, and obviously like Ange is kind of like a grip, and we can't, like, she's doing sound sometimes too, but it's so hard to do it with just a team of two, and that's just the honest truth, right? So, but ultimately, if we get a sound technician to help us out on bigger projects, that would be awesome, right? All right, let's see. Yep. Okay, so the next one is from Not Tommy Oliver on our Discord.
So Mark.
Right, so Mark, yeah. All right, here we go. There's a bunch of questions, so I do want you to answer some, okay?
Okay.
Where do you guys feel like you get your biggest inspiration?
I mean, I would say movies.
Well, duh.
Like I said, waking up.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I
Yeah.
guess like more action stuff is movies. But when it comes to like really like small sketches or just like stupid ideas, it's just our day-to-day interactions that kind of like spur on
Actually,
dumb ideas.
we talk all the time, obviously,
Yeah.
and there's just a lot of dumb things that happen to be said. It's just, I think that's just the
Like we would both say something and then we would build upon that idea and we're just like, oh my god, we can make a web series of that, but that's really dumb.
then and it could be and actually some of the dumbest things that we've had, and it's either become like a sketch or story and stuff like that, and some of the shit that we have made sketches are like partly true, so
Yeah.
so that's one, and
Real life experience.
Inspiration from everyday life. I think it's very sitcom feeling, whatever, right? All right, the next one. What was the first big project? It's still from Tommy Oliver.
Okay.
What was the first big project each of you did where you felt that this was what you want to do as a career? Big project. I feel like I knew what I wanted to do before I even got to a big project.
Let's see.
I'll say
I think-
mine, I guess. Okay.
I think the first time I saw something where it was just like, holy shit, that's me, would have to be Lady.
Word?
I think so.
That's like kind of far into what we've been doing now. Don't you think? Haven't we done shit?
I mean, yeah, I guess
actually,
so. Or maybe it was Tifa, really.
That's the first big project?
Okay. Coming from a position where I had no projects and no experience, to me it was big. I remember being real stressed out with Tifa because I feel like, shit.
I feel like didn't you do a bunch of movies before us or before Tifa?
Yeah, but you also have to remember, even if I'm acting in other roles, I don't really see the final product until like years later.
True. Okay.
So it's like, okay, cool, I did that. I don't know how that turned out.
I mean, my first big project, like an honestly big project, was a Bollywood film. I don't know what it is. I totally forgot. Because they used to film like everywhere, right? So they filmed something in Philly, and back then I used to skate a lot, and during like a sequence, I was like, I just skate by and do a kickflip, and that was the whole thing.
What?
Yeah, that was my whole thing back then.
I want to find this movie.
I don't even know what it is. I know I had it, and you barely. It was
have it. You have it somewhere. Oh.
But I remember seeing the scene. It was like you literally see the back of me going up. Then I would do the motion. Then it was like a close up. That I'm pretty sure it wasn't me.
Oh, they got someone to double.
And it's like it's just like the board from the front going up. Like somebody just doing an ollie, and it's like it cuts to me like doing the kickflip and like right away.
Oh.
But in the midst of everything, right? And I was like, yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't think that a Bollywood film was filming here in the East Coast. That was my first real production like a big production. I mean, it was still guerrilla. It was guerrilla as fuck, actually. But
What was my first real production? Was it Bare Knuckle Brawlers before the Vegas thing? Or I don't remember which one came first.
I need to put together your scenes. Like those are like high.
Yeah, I need
high quality.
I need
like,
to update my reel.
I mean, you know,
I
the
need
high
to update
quality
my
for
commercial
visuals.
reel too, because like I realized my commercial reel is like dated like 2019.
But yeah, so that's the thing. Okay. Here. Third question, he said, I thought I remembered you guys saying once that you weren't technically Art School Dropouts, so what inspired the name? Okay, so that's been asked a bunch of times, obviously, but yeah. So the whole thing is that, just to make a long story short, I made a blog with other art people a long time ago, and obviously, you know, one of the biggest blogs back then, I mean, I guess they're so big, it's called Film School Rejects. So we figured Art School Dropouts, when I made that name, I was like, okay, that's hipster enough, right? And it stuck. Like we were doing blogs, then, you know, I was a video guy, so I was like, hey, you know, let's make a YouTube and whatever. And actually even before YouTube, we made a Vimeo. So, and that was our channel, and we would put all of our art stuff there.
Wait, were they like art school students? Like,
yeah, they did drop out.
Okay. You're the only one that didn't go.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, exactly.
Are they still doing art?
I hope so.
Oh.
One's a teacher, one is...
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, one's an art teacher.
Okay, so they like stuck with it. They didn't drop out, per se.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, the other one is seeing the amount of effort and time you guys put into the blank project so far.
Oh.
How does it differ, and how is it similar in regard to shooting, acting, choreography, vision, script work, etc. on your other projects? Can we even answer this right
Yeah,
now?
I think we can, because I do want to start like marketing it and whatnot.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, okay, so this will be kind of vague, but I was talking to another filmmaker friend of mine in Japan, and I think one of the things, well, I don't know, like, I guess they were trying to explain, like, the indie filmmaking scene over there and how it's, I think when the mainstream, like, really dictates there's people that, you know, are, I guess, filmmakers and directors, right? Some people want to direct, and that's directing other people's ideas and films or whatever, right? And there's filmmakers who really kind of focus on their own stuff. I guess, I mean, that's not really true in terms of, you know, definition, but that's just one of Jesus' fucking
Sorry, there's so many potholes.
Right?
I try to avoid one, I drive into another. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Right. So that's the thing, right? And I think one of the things we're saying is that, you know, we know a lot of people saying something like, oh, I'm going to make something different that no one has ever seen before, right?
Yeah.
And you hear that a lot, and I think that's, and that really comes from people that haven't been doing a lot of filmmaking in their life, and I guess I still call it, like, the first film syndrome, where, you know, the first film of every director, they all think it's going to be, like, their magnum opus or some shit like that. It's not. Because I kind of put in the idea of training in martial arts the same way I do with filmmaking. You know, like, I believe that quantity breeds quality, right? It's a concept of, like, you know, drillers makes killers, right? So and I think that's what I really liked about YouTube when we were doing it. I didn't really notice, but all of the sketches, all of the, you know, little short films, and, you know, that weren't serious, it helped us build our skill sets way faster because we're filming. We're actually doing the work instead of theory crafting a film, you know. So that's the difference, and I think that's why, like, this project that we're doing right now is different from everything that we've done before. The process is relatively the same but it's us learning, like, a couple levels of technology to make it work, right? So yeah, and I mean, I don't know if I should say anything now, but like I feel like I want to come out like in another time to really
want to like I said, it's fine.
All right, well,
that way, like if you guys are interested in seeing behind the scenes, you can just check out our Patreon all week.
True. Actually, no, not ready right now.
Okay.
I want to, but like, yeah, guys, like I said, and you know, it's saying that yeah, we've been still working on this big project. Well, it's big for us, and actually, the scope of things is big, but I think you guys will see that it's very much Art School Dropouts still, and I hope you guys really enjoy it because it's something from left field, but it's gonna be like, oh shit, it's them, right? Guys, thank you so much for watching this month's episode of Ask the Dropouts.
You got good questions.
You got good questions, definitely. It was 2 days worth. And we did it during like going to work and whatnot, so it's awesome. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. And if you guys really like what we do here on our channel, you guys want to support us more, please consider being a patron on our Patreon. It's one way to really help out creators like us, you know, as we're making these long form narrative original content here on YouTube. And being a filmmaker on YouTube doesn't really work well, especially when you have a very niche thing that we do. You know, martial art action comedy isn't really the thing anymore, and
monetization is not exactly.
A lot of people
doesn't help us out, but yeah, it's fine. But if you want to support us in other ways, we also have merch, which I'm not wearing, but you are. But yeah, and I mean, you already mentioned Patreon. We have our Fractured Atlas, so if you guys are interested in those tax deductible donations, check that out as well and donate through there. And
yeah, like I will be working on making new merch, obviously, because like these I would have to redo on our, you know, on Teespring, because our last I guess supplier, you know, whatever, so things happen.
Complicated thing, but regardless, he's going to be working on.
But yeah, I mean, actually, funny story. The thing that we were going to at Ask the Dropouts was a tournament, and someone recognized me, or people recognized me.
Actually, a bunch of people recognized.
They were like, Auntie. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And yeah, so, you know, support. If you guys haven't seen that web series, please check it out. You know, we have 2 seasons of that and other little sketches. But guys, thank you again. Really appreciate.
Subscribe, join our Discord community, go to our website, artschooldropouts.com, join our newsletter for like promotions and news and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, we're trying to be everywhere.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.